This podcast is brought to you by Two More Reps Coffee Beans. Get your 2 more reps with this natural pre-workout. Buy your bag at twomorereps.com.au. Hello, welcome to another edition of the Paul's Body Engineering Podcast. Today I've got a very special guest. In the lead up to the bodybuilding season here in Australia, Season A, which kicks off next weekend, I have Jason Woodforth, the Queensland ICN President, on today's podcast. And we're going to break down all the divisions from bikini through to figure, from men's fitness through to bodybuilding, and just identify the criteria that's expected, what they're looking for, clarify any confusion, and really break it down so that it is simplified for every single person to understand and also know where they believe they fit, and that's what we want to do. So Jason's very thorough in this podcast. So kick back, relax, enjoy it, and any questions, as always, reach out. But for now, let's get on with it. All right, Jason Woodforth, welcome. How you going, mate?
Yeah, mate, sensational.
Excellent. I suppose this time of year, given we're now, what are we now? 7, 8, 9 days out from the first of your two ICN shows. Balls to the wall. It's everything's getting ready to kick off.
Absolutely, and back-to-back shows. Look, it's not ideal a week apart, but
I was going to ask about that actually. Yeah.
Well, competitors do shows a week apart. The difference here within the one federation just means that we're scrambling for the next 2 weeks, especially post-show and pre-show in that same 1 week. So it's going to be hectic.
It's going to be hectic. You get to
we've done it before. So looking forward to the challenge.
Exactly, nothing new to you there. You get to fast for 12 hours in the same week.
I know. I fast every Sunday.
There you go. Nothing new to you. Well, I thought, I spoke to you earlier in the year about doing a podcast, but I thought, right, I'm gonna hold off and wait until we're really close to the show so that everything's fresh for anyone who listens. But I wanted to just get overall generalized clarification around each division so that there's less confusion when people obviously start to fill in their applications, which I believe you're probably getting a lot of last minute entries now. Really, when does it close? Tuesday.
Tuesday night next week. Yeah.
So still a few days to go.
Yeah, and the majority do enter in the last 2 weeks. So we actually run a little bit blind. This goes for any show, anyone running bodybuilding shows. Everyone enters late. So you're going, what do I need? What do I need? And you go, and then all of a sudden, boom, you go, oh shit, have I got enough?
Yeah.
So it's guesswork. And sometimes you can't even rely on past because it can just change.
Of course.
Because you don't know how many people are coming. Like Season B looks like it's going to be an absolute cracker. But the Season A this year, so far, the Sunny Coast looking up slightly more than last year.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
Which I didn't pick. And again, see, you can't pick.
No.
It's really hard. So
just on that, do you feel or do you think the Season B against Season A in terms of popularity is due to there's more reward in Season B in terms of international shows and pro cards, national titles, stuff like that? Or is it because people preferably don't want to prep for Christmas for Season A? What's your feedback like?
Okay, go back to 2010, and from about that point onwards, actually, you probably go back even to 2007 when I first started promoting the shows, is that we just had constant growth where Season A would beat last year's Season B. And then Season B would beat A, then it just sort of like went on top of each other, just each show beating each show. But I should say that, probably from about 2010. But the first 3 years, actually, we'll go back and say the first 3 years, Season A grew, but it never grew catching Season B. So they kind of both grew. But then all of a sudden, 2010, I'm pretty sure it was, all of a sudden, Season A beat Season B. Yeah, and then Season B went, well, I'm going to beat you. And then Season A goes, no, I'm going to beat you. And beat you. Yeah. But now it's gone back to probably 17 years ago where Season A not as strong and big as Season B.
Okay.
But in regards to not prepping over Christmas, I don't know, because again, go back in the day, we were increasing numbers. So whether or not we are going back to the fact that I don't want to prep over Christmas, but you think you want a summer body. So
Yes.
yeah,
Good
and
point.
make it easier. But
Yeah.
now it's back to people wanting to prep in winter.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
It
Yeah.
is what it is. That's it. That's it. Well, I thought take the opportunity. Let's go through some of the divisions so that there is more clarification around them, and
Yeah.
given that there's so many um, divisions within the categories, or however you want to call it. So let's start from the bottom of the tree, and I mean that with all due respect, but with the bikini athletes. So the evolution of this particular division has been, since I've been involved in the sport, just astronomical. Like, back in, I think, when was it? I first got exposed in 2014, I think. Even from then till now, just the sheer popularity of the division, but also the shape of the bikini athlete has changed a lot. Would you agree with that? Like, it's no
Oh,
longer just put a bikini
100%.
put a bikini on because you look good on the beach.
Yeah.
You actually look like an athlete now. Like, it's big time. But there's no what's the main criteria for the bikini athlete? We're talking obviously no clear abdominals, glutes and hamstrings, that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So you make a good point in regards to the bikini beach body versus a bikini body on stage. Back in the day, you go back 17 years ago, that bikini beach body was what our bikini was. But what the competitors done and what the athletes have done is they've pushed certain divisions in certain ways. They just come better and better, and we have to look at it and go, well, yeah, this is the criteria we want, and absolutely. I did actually speak to who was I speaking to? I was speaking actually a competitor this morning who wanted to get leaner in bikini. I said, but that's not bikini.
Yeah.
Yeah. I said you can get leaner, but if you get too lean in bikini, we've got no entry point.
Yeah.
Right. So the important thing with bikini is, we're not looking for lines, we're not looking for abs, we're not looking for capped shoulders through the delts that are really, really capped and with the line coming through the delt. But in saying that also, we can only go by what we've got on stage at the time. Okay. I always give this example from Darwin back in the day. We had 3 girls in bikini, and one of them had a red hot 4-pack. I'm like, unbelievable 4-pack, but everything else was bikini. And the other 2 girls just weren't sharp enough. They just weren't. So we gave the win to the girl with the 4-pack. We just had to. It was the right decision, and 10 years on, it's still the right decision. Yep. So we just have to weigh up what's up there. But ideally, you'll have good tone, and you'll be very close to getting some lines. In your back pose, you probably, with your arms up, will have a bit of a strong back because it's really hard not to. So I do say to the judges, disregard the muscularity in the back. But if the muscularity, there was one year we had a girl, her muscularity in the back was just off chop. Like, just that alone was so impressive. We actually had to take that in consideration because it was ridiculous.
Yeah, wow.
And then when she turned around, there was just one more. I think it was the legs. Maybe there was something coming through elsewhere, and we just went, no, she's too strong for bikini. And I think we gave her a 3rd. Just too strong. Yeah. So we got to weigh up what's up there. Yeah.
Absolutely.
But if you do see a girl win with, say, abs or whatever, look at the rest. We got to weigh up.
Great point. Yeah.
Yeah, we got to weigh up the whole body and just say, is that what we're after? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. And that's a very good point. It's not so much the individual, but it's the entire lineup, and you've got to be best on day. You can be best in your gym, but you've got to be best on day.
Absolutely. And it's like, look, genetics as well. Example, like some guy or girl, I'll use guys as an example, better example, is guys, they'll have these massive arms, but they might not have the chest.
Yep.
Or they have massive wheels, but they don't have the back. Yep. And so we've got to put all that together and try and get right, bang. And look, we love it when they walk out and we just go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
But sometimes, yeah. Actually, there was a division. I think it was a 2011 Universe. I think at Chandler, 5 blokes walked out in juniors, and we just went as they walked out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's where they finished.
There you go.
Just wish it was that easy every time.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not. No.
No.
All right, so we'll do the girls first. So move from there to sports, and it's really interesting. Again, I reference back to my first time seeing a bodybuilding show, and it was one of yours. Back then, it was sports and fitness were together, weren't they? So now they've obviously evolved, separated, and they're completely different body types and criteria.
Yeah, not totally. The reason we split it back in the day was because we had lots of girls saying, I don't want to be in a bikini and heels.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, fine, let's split you. And so we split them. So to this day, 100% of the girls don't do both.
No.
So there's still, and actually, there's actually some girls in fitness that don't do sports, but more are not doing fitness that do sports.
Yep.
Yeah. And I use Montana as a perfect example.
I was literally going to say that because she's a perfect example. Yeah.
Absolutely. Just does fitness. Yeah. 100%. Yeah. So they're very similar bodies. We allow the fitness girls to get a tad leaner. But still sports will be very lean.
Yep.
The fitness is probably looking more towards, I'm almost going to put you in figure.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And but if you're too strong, we had a girl up in Townsville, was that 2015? When she walked on, we just looked at her. Wow, you're our Miss Figure champion, but you're in fitness. So we couldn't place her first because she was just too strong.
Yeah, wow.
Just an amazing body, and then went on to going into figure the next year, and I'm pretty sure she's a pro card holder.
Okay, there you go.
And it's kind of like Kate Archibald last year. She turned up with T. Nelson, her coach, and I said, T, no, she's not sports fitness. She's way too strong. And she just smoked it, pro card.
There you go. Straight away.
Yep.
Wow. Okay. So sports model, like you said, 6-pack, cap shoulders, not ridiculous condition, but enough to show that you are athletic looking.
No. Yeah, have the 6-pack. And now look, just on the 6-pack, not everyone, guys included, can get a 6-pack.
Correct. Yes.
Okay. So it's like it's abs in general, or it's lines. A lot of ladies out there have had the kids and it's messed up their abs.
Yep.
And it's not about, and I've had this comment so many times, but I haven't got good abs. It's not an ab show.
No,
it's a whole body show.
Correct.
Yeah. So just remember that. And whilst you might be strong here and here, is the person you're next to strong in different locations?
Yeah.
They might say, I can't do this because I haven't got the legs. I said, but look how good you are here, and here. We then put all that in the mix with all the other girls.
Absolutely.
And we spit it out. Yeah.
Back to your original point, you've got to be best on stage against everybody else. So it depends who turns up on the day, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So where does wellness fit into the bodybuilding tree in terms of like the conditioning tree, if you will? I'm sort of going on a bit of a segue here, but so does it fall, in your opinion, between sports and bikini, or is it further up the tree because
you're on the money?
Growth?
You're on the money. It's like, even when I put the posting posts up now, I put them up in order: bikini, wellness, sports, fitness.
Okay.
So that's your progression. But in saying that's the progression, you're only progressing into wellness if you have that stronger lower body over your upper.
Yep.
Okay. And the reason why I put it between bikini and sports is because bikini's got no tone. No lines, and with a separation, and wellness heads that way as well. You can have some slight separation in wellness. And I used Heidi last year as our overall winner.
Yep.
I mean, just perfect. Like, she had, the conditioning was just spot on. The strength of her glutes and quads overpowering, not in a big way, but still overpowering slightly the upper half. Perfect wellness, just absolutely perfect wellness. Yeah. If you're wondering out there, am I wellness or not? Check out Heidi. Check that. Simple as that.
Fantastic. Do you see it, like we just spoke about before, about the bikini evolution? Do you see wellness potentially evolving that way with more and more girls favouring that particular division over the next few years?
Well, the question will be is, if the girls start coming in wellness a bit leaner and have the more lines, the question is, will we head towards that?
Yeah.
Would be the question. But at the moment, we're not looking for shredded wellnesses.
Okay.
Because the wellness is just about, I'm fit, I'm healthy, I'm sporty, I'm toned. It's probably the way to describe it. Yeah.
Okay. Fantastic.
Well, actually, what? In saying that, hey, who knows? We might have a wellness shredded.
So
wellness and wellness shredded. I don't know.
You don't know. That's exactly right.
We'll see how the division evolves.
Okay. Fair enough. And then obviously the final. What have I missed? No, we'll go to figure. So I just thought, I missed swimsuit, but we'll come back to that. So figure's obviously top of the tree in terms of conditioning, muscularity, muscularity poses. Obviously, you've got your symmetry and muscularity poses as well. So that's a very important factor. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. And it's also making sure that, it's all divisions, making sure that you pose well.
Yeah.
Like I always say to the judges, look, the best body should win, but the posing is bad. How bad is it that they can't get first? Like, here's your best body. it's posing terribly, which rarely happens, but is it posing that bad that you need to give them second because of the overall presentation, or do they need to tweak some poses? And that's okay. It's still the best body. Okay. But at the same time, you can take a body that's not slightly as good. You pose it well, and you'll pose it looking better.
I was going to say, that you can flip it either way. So have you experienced that where the judging has had to downgrade someone because their posing was just not good enough?
Oh, yeah, it's very rare. And again, they'll only slip back a place. I say to the judges, look, it's only worth a place. You know, and it's has it happened to a first it's probably more happened in the minor placings, the third, fourth, and fifths. It's very rare for a first because generally speaking, they probably got their posing on point.
Sure. Okay. Fantastic. Very cool. So then I missed swimsuit. Let's go back to that because that's grown. That's grown in massive popularity over the last few years, in particular, to a point now you have a swimsuit pro card. Yeah.
No, not yet. Swimsuit's really strong in Queensland. It's not as strong in the other states.
Interesting.
So, it'll be a case of being strong enough, not only just in Australia, but worldwide for ICM. So once that becomes strong enough, and I look forward to actually being a swimsuit pro card or a swimsuit pros. I think there's a spot for it. It's just not yet. And that goes with wellness as well.
That was going to be my next question. I've already been asked about that. It's just too soon. It's too soon. Fair enough.
So swimsuit. Here's the thing. Generally speaking, your swimsuit winner, which comes on before bikini, will be a lot of the times your bikini winner. But not always. And because it depends what they're hiding in the midsection with that swimsuit. And I remember, and normally your swimsuit winner does very well in bikini. We had one year where the swimsuit winner, who was clearly absolutely swimsuit, very happy with the decision from the judges, but got into bikini, was only getting thirds and fourths. Because again, that little bit less of material was going, no, just needs to be more here. Interesting. That was a very interesting year to see that.
Okay. What else was I going to ask in relation to that? No, that's pretty much it around the female divisions. Obviously, there's the Miss Runway and the Angels and things like that, which are fairly self-explanatory. Anyone can pretty much enter them and do well. It comes down more to presentation and stage performance and posing and things like that, rather than your physique for those particular divisions.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, in streetwear.
Streetwear, that's the other one.
Streetwear, runway, and Angels, it really is a performance. Like, to put on a performance, and especially in Angels and runway, don't get caught on the same spot. Like, go out and do the walk, but don't stand there for 10 seconds, 15 seconds on that one spot. Make it flow, because you got the flow of about 30 seconds into the line, and then we bring you out again. So just make sure you flow it and don't get bogged down in one of the points there. And just have great energy about it. Absolutely great energy. And with the runway, I've got to say, really think about the dress you're going to pick to make sure it really is complementary to your body, and also is really like a wow factor. There was a Townsville show, I think it was last year, the year before, Scotty was telling me, the last one out wore this dress that was just like, as much as they were going, this girl's going to win, this girl walks out and just like, boom. Just the everything from top to toe, the color of the outfit, the fit, the everything.
Wow.
So just consider those factors, because some colored dresses don't do you justice. It's as simple as that. And you've only got to go to the gym and just watch people in their the colored outfits and just say, does that do you justice? We had a girl in a swimsuit one year. It was a goldish type of swimsuit, but the tan color was very close to that gold, the way it was. She looked like a blank canvas. Nothing popped. It was just a body.
Just washed out.
Just washed out. It washed out the whole body because there wasn't any separation from the pant line to the leg. To the shoulder, nothing popped. It was so you can really get the wrong bikini color and swimsuit color. Absolutely.
Well, that was going to be my next question. Do you also consider that for girls' bikinis, because obviously they spend a fortune on them, so you want them to be obviously razzle dazzle and make that first impression count. So get the color right, the fitting right, the layout, the crystals, all that sort of stuff. It's very important.
Absolutely. Like we had a girl in swimsuit one year. She wore a choker. So the swimsuit had a choker around her neck.
Oh, okay.
And it was just a terrible look.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, we gave her the feedback saying, look, it's just not the swimsuit look.
Mm.
And anyway, she changed the swimsuit up. She won the next show.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Wow.
And like I listen to the judges and what they say. And I can tell you right now that the swimsuit design was the problem.
Yeah, okay.
You know, and you can have we've seen a lot of bad swimsuit designs.
Mm.
I use probably Shelley Vanderveld as a great example. Have a look at the swimsuit she uses. That's sort of where on the money you want to be. But also in saying that, just go back to any of our overall winners and just see, look at the swimsuit they've got.
Yep.
Because it really can make a difference. And speaking of that, even just how you wear, say, a bikini or men's, their shorts,
Yep.
you got to make sure it separates your symmetry well. You know, we had a girl in figure, I think about 2008 going back to, and I was actually watching this show and sitting near her mum. And anyway, she got a third. And I said to her mum, I said, you know, the problem is her pants are being worn so high, it makes her look like she's got a very small midsection.
Gotcha.
And she goes, but we want to have long legs. I said, yeah, but you've got long legs and no midsection.
Yeah.
So where's the symmetry balance? Anyway, next weekend she was in Melbourne and happened to run into her again, and she just missed out on first.
Oh, wow.
And mum goes, I see your point.
Okay.
So make sure guys in particular often wearing their pants shorts way too low.
Yep.
That elongates your midsection, your top half, and makes your legs short. So you want to get that right in all divisions. Yeah.
That minor detail, it can be the difference, can't it?
Mate, I could take a world champion, right? The best of the best we've ever had.
Yep.
Put it on stage, him on stage, and won't win.
Yeah.
And I'll just go to all the detail bits and I'll just change them. The worst hairstyle, the makeup that's just quite not right, a bad tan, wear the outfit differently, make sure the posing isn't on song. Easy as.
Yeah, well, there you go. All right, let's shift to the guys now. So we've gone through the girls. Started the bottom of the tree, men's fitness. Which I obviously had an experience in last year, which was fun. I hadn't done that before, but it's obviously the less conditioned of the men's divisions. You wear the shorter shorts, so you are getting judged on legs as well, and it's just the 4/4 turns, right?
Yep, that's it.
Okay.
With a few cheeky poses thrown in.
Yeah.
The important thing is, because we've had a couple of guys come through this year, they're holding the poses way too long.
Okay.
And it's like, mate, that's physique. You know, or one guy was actually going through about 3 different back poses as he turned to the back. I said, well, do just no, just stand.
There you are.
Yeah. So do throw some cheeky poses in, but if you throw a cheeky pose in, it's sort of like, and here's my front double bicep, and now I'm back.
Yeah.
Or here's my abs. Yeah, see that, and now I'm back. So just that 1 to 2 second thing, and only once per turn at most.
Okay. Yeah. I noticed a lot of them like to throw in the classic physique poses as well. Did you encourage that, or would you prefer guys to stick really closely to the criteria?
Prefer them to stick closely to the criteria. We don't mind, because it's model and it's a bit of fun as well.
Sure.
We don't mind a bit of the creativity. It's as long as the creativity doesn't go over the top, and it's more that than actually standing.
Yep.
You know, often I've said, actually, I remember Josh versus Josh back in 2016. That was the battle of battles. And at one stage, I just had to say to both Joshes, guys, this time when you're going round, don't move. We just want you to go quarter turn right, hold. Quarter turn right, face to rear, hold. Yeah. And you know, like I had a girl in sports or fitness, I can't remember, back in the day, and it was at the Australian titles in Melbourne. And seriously, I thought she could win, but she didn't stop moving.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
and we just couldn't tell. And I'm with the judges. I said, she won't stop moving. We can't judge her. She's either first or second. At the moment, second, because you'll stop. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You certainly can move too much. That is for sure.
Good point. I suppose, and you know, having experienced it, you know, with only 4/4 turns to work off, you kind of feel like you've got to move a lot, but you also have to hold your poses. Otherwise, the judges can't see your symmetry. They can't see your muscularity, can't see lines, because you are moving.
Yep. And, you know, it doesn't matter whether girl or guy division, but I'm looking at the guys right now. Just think about, you're in that front pose, holding those lats out, those shoulders up, those that back out, those quads on, and you just got to hold that because, wow, look at that. And then when you go to the side pose, if you can get that back out with those nice wide shoulders, tapered waist in, that's what we want to hold and look at.
Yep, absolutely.
Yep.
All right. So next step up is men's physique, or does muscle model fall next?
No, we've dropped muscle model.
Okay.
Due to classic physique.
Okay. Very cool.
So now, I would call it this way: you go men's fitness, but mind you, the condition of all men's divisions be conditioned.
Oh yeah.
It's not like bikini, a bit more sports, a bit more fitness than figure. This is be conditioned, right? Yep. In classic physique, it kind of sits the next one up in a way.
Okay.
But it's saying that we're getting guys from bodybuilding, physique, and men's fitness going to classic physique. Yep. It's for the guys that want to show that creativity off, that art of posing. I use Peter Hart with a perfect example of just amazing posing.
Yep.
And that's sort of what we're after. We've scrapped. Now we have scrapped the symmetry round.
Okay.
Yep. So when the guys come on, they'll come on and do a front symmetry pose.
Yep.
After that, we're going to give them about 15, 20 seconds of free posing.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So, because a lot of the times what's happened is the guys have gone round and got confused and not always done classic poses and thrown some bodybuilding ones in. And then we go to the pose down, boom, out it all comes.
Out it all comes, yeah. Because that's what we need. Pressure's off.
So it's basically to sort of get them G'd up about what classic is,
okay,
and to throw that out first up and go, yep. And then we'll go through the compulsories, front double, rear double, the two sides, and the abs. And where possible, if you've got a vacuum, throw a vacuum in.
Yep.
And just keep in mind, it's very classic, be classic. Don't even show us what normal is and then the classic pose.
Yeah, okay.
Just simply straight into that classic. And if you give us normal poses, it's just a straight out zero.
That was going to be the next question. Will they be marked down, or just it'll deter them because they're not classically posing?
Yep, absolutely.
Yep. Okay.
You literally get a zero because you have not met the criteria.
Yep.
You know, I actually had a guy one year actually email me and say, in classic physique, can I do bodybuilding poses?
No, do bodybuilding.
It's a self-answering question.
Yeah. He's answering.
No, you can't. No. Do the art. Do the art.
But it's proving to be an incredibly popular division now, isn't it? Like, it's
absolutely.
Unbelievable. And the level of athlete that are now competing is, I love sitting down and watching it because it's just mind blowing about, the muscularity and the posing, but also just the sheer quality of athlete that's coming to stage now is outstanding.
Absolutely. And look, with classic, just note that not everyone's classic. We've had some guys go into classic and be at our posing classes and said, mate, you're just not classic.
Yeah.
You're just not a classic look.
Mm-hmm.
You can do it, but it's just not you.
Yeah.
And that tends to be some big, heavy set bodybuilders.
Yeah.
But in saying that, some big, heavy set bodybuilders also look the part. So it's, we just judge each case by case.
Absolutely. Yep, absolutely. Okay, so then going by that line of conditioning, men's physique is obviously next. And would this be the most popular division?
Yeah. So, the thing is, some men's physique guys could actually do bodybuilding.
You can see that their shorts are just hugging their tree trunk legs.
But as long as, look, the thing that'll put you down the placings in men's physique is if your physique has a bit of bulk to it. Okay. So if you're a bit bulkier and got that bulkier bodybuilding look, we're not going to give that a first.
So are we talking like thickness, density, just like, that real big muscularity?
Yeah. That chest just hanging.
Yeah.
Biceps and triceps I could only ever die for. Dream of. If you got that look, we're going to say, look, we'll probably place you, but you're not going to be getting placed.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay. So, and then we got to weigh up, because some years we get guys through who genetically their arms are just off chop. Right? But that's their only strength. Then when they go to their side chest, it's fine. Or their rear double bite is fine. So again, it's about mixing up all the body parts and saying, okay, this should be our winner. And again, just every time they'd walk out, and we could just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It would be sensational.
That'd be great. Yeah. Please look at that before you come. Question. So in obviously in men's physique, we wear board shorts, right?
Yeah.
The lower half of the leg is exposed. Does the calf come into it at all. I've had this question quite a bit. Like, if you're having trouble splitting guys 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, will the judges look at the calves?
Very rare.
Okay.
Very rare.
Yep.
I can't even recall a situation where maybe where, okay, maybe if a guy's got like just no calves.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like I'm talking just none. Yeah,
yep. Just smooth. Yep.
But otherwise, it's rare for it to come and play a factor.
Very cool. Okay. Yep. Good to know. Cool. And then we move obviously to the bodybuilding, the men's bodybuilding, which it's really interesting. I've found, like, some years you'll get, like, I remember what one of your shows, the men's masters bodybuilding, it was like a ridiculous lineup of like 20 guys, and then the following year you get 3. It's really it's very hit and miss, isn't it, at stages?
Absolutely. And look, so is Miss Figure.
Yeah.
See, the problem is fitness and sports models in the girls has just been something that girls want to do.
Right?
And yet some of the fitness girls really could easily do figure.
Big time.
Absolutely. And then some of the guys in physique, like I said before, could easily do bodybuilding.
What is just going to that point, the fitness up to figure? What is that the hesitation there? Is it due to maybe a stigma around the femininity being lost, or is it they don't think they're good enough? Like, I'm really curious about that.
Oh, I probably need to ask more questions of the girls.
Yeah, okay.
And for some, I do know it's a case of I don't want to do the posing.
Yeah, well, that's true. Yeah.
Okay. But you are that. It's
it's what it is.
Yeah. Like we've changed a girl around this year. For season 8, just said, "Oh no, you're too strong for this."
Yeah, right.
You're figuring she's looking amazing, But again, like, feel free to contact us if you're not too sure.
Yeah.
But if you're going to send us in photos, if you can't get posing classes, send muscular photos. Send us your best look. And I only had a coach send me some photos the other day, and I said, "Mate, make sure she's flexing. I want to see her best." To make sure that we got this right. And as soon as he sent me them through, I'm like, oh, fitness. Boom. It wasn't, he wasn't too sure bikini, sports, or fitness. And as soon as I got them through, I went, whoa, bikini's gone.
Yeah. There you go. Fantastic.
Because it's a way. And another thing just on that, Paul, is that if you're putting an entry in bikini, sports, and fitness, you're wasting one.
Yeah.
Because you just can't be bikini and fitness.
No.
Okay. No, you just can't be. So, just
do your research.
Yep.
Ask the questions. Yeah. So men's bodybuilding, obviously, top of the tree, conditioning, muscularity, density, thickness. How important is it to have striated glutes? I've had this question asked a lot too. Is that like the top of the tree? Everyone's kind of has to be there now?
No. Look, not everyone. Again, genetics. Okay. Yep. I've seen guys shredded as with just no glutes.
Yep.
No striated glutes. Okay. Yep. I mean, Nathan Wallace started that back in about 2010. Everyone's like, wow, look at that.
Yep.
And some guys come with it, some guys don't. Yep. It would only make a difference if the person next to them was exactly the same.
Okay.
And then there's that little bit more conditioning through the glutes the other guy doesn't have. There you go. Yeah.
Yep.
But again, striated glutes is not the be-all end-all.
Okay.
You can have striated glutes and have no arms.
Yeah.
Striated glutes and small chest.
Yep. Striated glutes and can't pose. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah. So it's like, again, it's not one body part that determines, it's the whole body.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's it for men's, isn't it? I think was there a point where you were going to potentially introduce men's street model? I think they did it at a nationals one time.
Oh yeah, we had it in Queensland as well. But look, it's a big thing overseas, especially in Korea and India.
Oh, India, it's massive. Yeah.
And look, I think I didn't even put on the entry form this time around because it's just hadn't been popular. We had, like I said, we had it once here in Queensland, I can remember, and we had it once at a nationals or a worlds.
Yep.
But other than that, it's kind of faded. We'll put these things out on the table.
Yep.
If they're palatable, fantastic. If they're not, we'll just take it back. Yep. No problem. Cool. And look, Miss Streetwear here as well. It struggles.
Yep.
Yeah. So and actually for the first show, I think we're going to get 1 or 2. So I'll consider actually pulling that division if there's not more than 1.
Yep. Fair call. Okay, can I get your clarification around a first timer, a rookie, and a novice? Because I know this gets put up a lot, and there's a little bit of confusion as to what's what.
Yeah.
So first timer obviously is first time on stage, but does that mean they're first time on stage ever? So ever. They can't have competed with somebody else. This is their first time ever.
Ever. And moving, go one step further as well, is that if you go to the next show and you did bikini in your first show and go sports model in your second show, you're no longer a first timer.
Okay.
It is absolutely the very first time you ever get on stage. Once you start competing again, no matter what division you do, you are no longer first timer. What you then are is rookie.
Is a rookie.
Okay. So if you move from bikini, say last year, the year before, from 5 years ago, and you go, I'm a sports model now. So that's cool. You're no longer first timer, but you're a rookie because it's your first 12 months in this new category.
Okay.
Yeah. And then novice is as long as you haven't won an open title, you can do novice for the rest of your life.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. I did not know that. I was under the impression it was like 5 shows or less or something like that. So
no, that's your rookie.
That's your rookie.
For the rookie show in Melbourne and the rookie show we used to have back in 2016, 17, was the rookie was I think it was 4 shows or less.
Okay.
Yeah, that made you a rookie. Yeah, but now our new definition of rookie is your first 12 months.
Okay. And then novice is as long as you haven't won a division.
Yeah. Won an open.
Won an open plus. Yeah. Okay. Fantastic. All right, that clears that up. Unreal. And in regards to, obviously you have your standard divisions, you know, your opens, your first timers, novice, rookie, 30 plus, 40 plus. If there's an interest in like some of the, like say a 50 plus or something like that, would you put that category in if there was a minimum of 3? We spoke about obviously street model just before. So if a number of girls came to you and said, do you have a figure 50 plus, and at the moment it's not there, but if you had enough entries, would you consider putting it in?
Oh, always. Yeah. In actual fact, I figure 50 plus should be up.
Okay. I'm just using that as an example.
In actual fact, it is, and there's 2 in them for the Sunshine Coast. So that's rare.
I think one of them might be my client.
Okay, lovely. Yeah. So 50 plus is on offer in all women's divisions.
Okay.
Except for wellness, just 30 plus.
Yep.
And then we have a look at the numbers, and then we work out. We say to ourselves, well, are we going to put it on for that number or not?
Okay.
We'll combine it with 40 plus.
Yeah. Okay.
We just see how it all falls numbers wise.
Yep.
And just try to give everyone the best the best fairness.
Yeah.
It's kind of like men's or the weight categories in bodybuilding figure. Is if everyone is in the lower one, what we'll do is we'll actually work out what the weights are and split them in half.
Okay.
And then we've got, could be we've asked for under 72, under 77, over 77. When we look at the weights, we go, you know what, this would actually work out better if we went under and over 75.
Right.
So, and so we'll look at and the same as the mama divisions. We have a look at the ages and go, let's split it here.
Yep.
And if there's not enough mamas in a season, well, it is what it is. But generally speaking, certainly season B, we've always been able to split it. So we just have a look at the numbers, and that's always fallen for mamas around the 36 year mark. Some years it's been 34, some years it's been 37, 38, but generally speaking, 36, 37 seems to be where it just always happens to split.
Yeah, okay. Speaking of that, I'm curious to know, like, I know I've seen obviously Jay firsthand put the run sheets together last minute, and he's up till all hours of the night. I'm assuming you're the same.
Yeah.
How much detail goes into it? Because it's done sort of almost manually, is it not? So you do it, like you mentioned, you're doing the splits, you're coordinating how many numbers per division, and then obviously you're working in terms of time. Like, it's a ridiculously lengthy process, isn't it?
It'll take probably over the week about 20 hours.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And like the big shows can take longer. I remember timing myself a few years back. I was sitting at World Gym Burpengary upstairs. When I'm going to time how long this takes me.
Right.
I'd spent 12 hours on the first day.
Oh.
It was a season big show, so it was a big show.
Yeah.
But yeah, literally we download. We press a button, everything downloads.
Yep.
Downloads in your divisions you're in, and then I cut and paste. So I cut that and I put on a brand new sheet in the order that I want them in, and then I have a look and go, okay, I've got Paul Hooper in 3 divisions and he's gone back to back. Oh shit, I can't do that. Okay, then I look, can I slot another division in somewhere?
Yeah, okay.
If I can't do that, can I move something? And I remember doing a figure in bodybuilding one year, and I'm going, oh no, this is not working. Too many people back to back. And I realized if I just moved one, like this is like a 5, 10, 15 minute think process, just looking at that name, just cutting those names there. Going to do this, going to do that. Anyway, I went, you know what? All I've got to do is move that division to there, and every division went. Brrr. Yeah, but moving on, and then you've got to move on the spreadsheet. You've got to put the times in there, and then you've got to move the actual name of the division onto the main part of the spreadsheet. So I cut and paste something like at least 300 times.
Oh.
Yeah. And the spreadsheet, depending on the number of entries, can either be between 500 to 1,000 lines long.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. That's season 8. In season B, you're talking 1,000 to really 1,500 lines long.
So it's amazing. Like, I think Joey was quoted on a podcast recently, and I tend to agree. Like, we haven't experienced what it actually takes to set up a show until you've actually been behind the scenes to set up a show. There's so much detail and so many late days and nights to put it all together. But it's a credit to you and your team, because it's such a well-oiled machine and a wonderful day's experience for the athlete that it's continued its popularity.
Yeah, and look, it's because we take that time. My motto is that if it's hard for me and easy for the competitor, it's the right thing.
Yep.
And so I'll put the hard yards in to make it easy for them.
Perfect.
And that's why for most of the part, my shows run on time. Yep. I really put the care factor and thought process in, and I have so many systems in place at the shows with my staff, and that it just all works.
It just flows. Yeah, it's awesome to be a part of. That's for sure. So I had a couple of questions that came through. One you've already answered, and that was in regards to the wellness division and a potential pro card down the track. That's still probably a few years away. Would you agree? Yeah. Obviously, since its inception, which was only for ICN last year, is that how early it's been, or maybe the year before?
Was it season A or season B? Everything just rolls into one.
Oh, I know.
No, I think it was just season B for everyone bar Melbourne, who did it in season A as a test.
Okay.
Yes, I think that was the case. Yeah.
But you've seen, so it's been maybe 12 months, but you've seen some reasonable growth in the popularity of entries for that division.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So even season A is looking, you just want to remind me of something. Even season A, did I do it? No, I didn't. Thank you very much.
That's what I'm here for.
So many moving parts. So many. Well, okay. Something on wellness I need to do. All right. Sorry, what was the question?
Just in regards to the growth, and then obviously potential for a pro card in some years to come.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, but for now, it's got to find its feet.
Yep.
It's got to grow, and we've got to also make sure the right people are entering the division.
Okay.
Yep. That's the key thing to go, okay, I think we're at the right spot. One, we've got enough numbers. And secondly, the people who are entering are what we want as that wellness look.
Yep. Fair call. Okay, cool. And the other question I had was in relation to figure. So obviously, and I completely forgot to bring this up, but you've got your standard figure, but also the classic look, which is just your symmetry poses. The question was around a one piece, and I think some other federations might do that as a one piece classic, or they call it international or something like that. Is that something that is on the cards potentially?
No, probably not.
Okay.
I don't want to say that it'll never happen, but for mine, I'd have a vote of no.
Okay.
I mean, at the end of the day, classic figure is about the figure athlete being just symmetry.
Yep.
You could say that, like swimsuit, well, classic figure just want to see the actual symmetry, and it doesn't matter whether you've got the abs there or not.
Yep.
If you're going to be that lean to win classic figure, you're going to be lean enough to wear a bikini. Yeah, cool. And it really is about the symmetry of the upper half to the lower half. The cap shoulders, the wide V back, tapering down to a smaller waist, and then outer quad sweeps.
Does conditioning come into it at all in terms of the...
Yes, it does. Yep. It's not the first and foremost. It's not the leanest that wins. It's the symmetry again.
Yep.
And then we go to who's the leanest of that.
Okay.
Yeah. And most of the times, the girls that do win are also kind of the leanest, but it's also, or should I say, no. No. Sometimes we get girls so lean, but the symmetry.
Yeah.
So it's very important figure. It's not a dieting competition.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So make sure that it's just not dieting down to nothing.
Yep.
We're still looking for some fullness there. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. Clarification. Excellent. All right, and then just the final one before we wrap it up is just show day tips for first timers. What's the advice in regards to that? Like the obvious ones are, make sure you get there on time, your run sheet and all that sort of stuff. But based on your experience and what you've seen over the years, What's some tips for those that might be a little bit apprehensive about their first time?
Yep. So firstly, be there early.
Yep.
It's your day. It is not a wedding. Okay. Don't be fashionably late. That will end in tears.
Make a grand entrance.
Will end in tears. Yeah. Is that one, be early, two, be ready an hour before your stage time.
Yep.
Remembering that if you're on at 11 o'clock, you're not getting ready for 11 o'clock. You're literally getting ready for about 10:30.
Yeah.
And that's if we're running on time. If we're running 10, 15 minutes early, you're going to be getting ready at like 11:15. So that's why I say, sorry, 10:15. So always get ready 1 hour early. That way, if we're running early, you're cool. If we're running late, you're cool.
Yep.
Either way. And don't stress about us being half an hour early or late because it's just 30 minutes. Okay. A lot of people go, 30 minutes. It's just 30 minutes.
Yeah.
We had to move a whole show 1 hour early because we didn't realize the numbers that were coming. And we gave everyone just like 5 or 6 days. And I spoke to Wayne about it. I said, mate, I've got to do it. He said, just do it. 60 minutes.
Yeah.
It's 60 minutes, 7 days out.
Yeah, 7 days out.
Yeah. So the thing is, don't overthink things. Don't create big problems that are actually nothing. So just chill and go, oh, you're running early a bit. Oh, I'm cool. You're running late a bit. Yeah, I'm cool. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, my bikini top busted. That's okay. Go see that girl and she'll fix it. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
My heel broke. That's all right. You can borrow hers. Oh, cool. Thanks. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That raises an interesting question. How long will you hold a show if you're trying to find an athlete? They might be in the bathroom, they might be getting makeup done or something like that, but obviously the marshals can't find them. Will you give it ample time before you go, we got to move on?
It is very rare. Very rare. I could probably count on one hand.
Wow. Okay.
Times in 17 years that I've gone, no, we've got to stop.
Yep.
Yeah. Because of so I mean, sometimes we do stop for other reasons, but in regards to finding an athlete, no, if you're not there on time, we very rarely stop for that reason.
Okay.
Because and once you are ready, put your number on front and back.
Yeah.
Because my runners might not know Paul Hooper, but they know you're number 34.
Yes.
Oh, looking for 34, fantastic, gotcha.
Yep.
My backstage runner one year said to me, man, I was yelling and screaming for this person, and they were right next to me, and they couldn't hear me. They couldn't even. Luckily, they'd gone to put the number on. As he's put the number on, I go, friggin' no, I'm looking for you. Yeah. So put that number on early, and also introduce yourself to our backstage runners.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Just say, hey, we got Ken and Michael Schneider at Sunshine Coast.
Yep.
Go up to them and say, hi, I'm such and such. This is my number, and I'm standing over there. Cool.
Yep.
Excellent. And once you start competing, once your day's on, don't leave the backstage area.
Yeah.
And if you do leave the backstage area for some crazy reason, go and tell the backstage runner. Say, I've just got to go out here. I'm not on for an hour, but I'll be back. Cool.
Yep.
Excellent. Yeah. Mate, you want them to be your best friend because they're also their best interest is getting everyone on stage.
Absolutely. Yeah.
We don't want to lose anyone. And sadly, each year, maybe one or two will lose because we just couldn't find them. Yeah. Yep. But I was outside. Why?
Yeah.
The show's inside.
Well, that's it. I mean, and you go to such lengths to you've got the run sheet nearly everywhere. It's on pylon, it's on the wall, it's in the backstage area. So you should know where you need to be.
Absolutely.
But it's a responsibility of the individual to make sure they don't wander off.
Yeah. We're in the States for one of the Olympias one year, and the competitor was watching it on live stream in his room and then realized his division was up next.
Oh shit. Oh no.
I can't remember if he made it down in time. But,
that would have been interesting.
Yeah,
he wouldn't have needed a pump up.
No. But I think one year also at Chandler, I think someone was sitting in the audience watching and he's going, oh shit, hang on. I'm up.
Well, you don't want to be in that position.
If someone's late and we aren't through the judging, I'll allow them to come on.
Yeah, okay.
We will get to a point where I'll have to just say no. Or what we'll do is we'll put you in the next division if it's possible.
Sure.
Yeah. Yep. But it's really your job or your coach's job if you've got all the you're nervous, your first show or whatever. Have someone who's got the cool, calm, collected head that's not panicking because it's their first moment and just going, okay, we got this time. All right, I've got this. Yeah. Give someone that responsibility for yourself.
Unreal. Yeah. Good tips, mate. Good tips. All right, so obviously, in regards to social media and people following along, ICN Queensland is the Instagram and Facebook pages. You've got the Facebook group as well on Facebook, is that right?
Yeah. So what we've got is we've got a fan page on Facebook, just ICN QLD. I wouldn't worry too much about following that one.
Okay.
You're better off following or being in the closed group, which is ICN QLD community.
Yep.
That's a closed group, which all of our stuff goes on. And then we've got the Insta page, which is ICN QLD. And Kirsten Murphy runs that and does an amazing job.
She's by far the best at running that.
She's a bomb.
Yeah, she's a bomb. And then if they're a competitor, they should have the app downloaded too, yeah?
Yes, we got the app. Scotty did up, built it himself. That's ICNQ. Sorry, just type in the App Store, ICN, and that will come up, and then download that. And then go to the relevant tile for the show, click on that, and away you go.
Away you go. And that'll continue over the next week in particular. That'll continually get updated with the updated run sheet, the division numbers and names and all that sort of stuff too. So people can be on top of what they need to do.
Absolutely. Now, also, just to get some updates that happened before then, is I start emailing all the athletes out 2 weeks before, but only the ones that have entered, because that's all the email addresses I've got.
Yes.
So if you're not sure what divisions you're doing, but you know you're doing one, just jump on, enter that one, don't pay, because if you don't pay, you can edit your entry.
Okay.
And then that way you're getting my emails.
Yes.
And then the next day, 2 or 3, whenever you want, just go and add the other divisions. Okay. And then press your pay, you're just done. But at least with that one entry in, you're going to get all the updates.
Absolutely.
Straight to your inbox. Yeah.
Yep.
So, so you enter 3 weeks out. Enter 3 weeks out, because I start 2 weeks out, sometimes a little bit longer. And straight away you're getting the emails direct to your inbox.
Because that's important too, because there's the venue information and starting times and all the vendors and makeup, all that stuff.
Yeah, and like I put out to the first timers. Are you first time? I'll explain what it is again. Just remind.
There you go.
And I do the same thing for rookie and novice. And so I do go back and try and send all the old ones. But if you can see that first up, then all of a sudden you make that change and be ready. Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely. And just on a final note, like how important is probably the wrong word, but how what would you say, like if someone who's considering competing down the track, would you recommend them coming and sitting in the audience and watching a show? Because obviously, you on the microphone, the glitz, the glamour, the music, the noise, the people, it can be somewhat overwhelming for someone who isn't very sure, right? So would it be a strong recommendation from yourself to come along, absorb it all, watch it, see how it's run, and then make a decision?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there's nothing better. I mean, a lot of people don't. They just go, "Oh, I saw that on YouTube. Okay, I'm in." And get there on the day and just go, hang on, what happens? Especially if you're able to get backstage, which is not easy to do because obviously it's a smaller area these days, and take one person back with you. But also getting along to the posing classes if you can. If you're in Townsville, although Scotty's last year this year, get to his Townsville posing classes because you'll hear his voice.
Yes.
And then when you go up on his stage, you're going to go, oh, this is just like posing class. It's
there
more
you go.
And when you're doing one of my shows, is that you get my posing classes, you'll hear my voice.
Yes.
And all of a sudden, and the number of girls got up there and just gone, oh, I was so comfortable because I know that voice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And are there any more posing classes in the next week that you can quickly plug?
Yeah, we're Good Friday today.
Yep.
So the only one is Easter Saturday and Easter Sunday.
Okay.
So we're at Burpengary tomorrow. I don't know when this podcast is going out.
I'll drop it on Monday.
No, drop it on Monday. Yes, they've been, so that's it.
Okay,
that'll be it for season A. Season B, I think I got starting June 14th or 15th, somewhere around that date.
Okay.
We're about 14 weeks out. Might pop one in earlier, but at this stage we'll crank 14 weeks out.
Yep, fantastic. Awesome, mate. Oh, well, thank you very much for your time. That covered a lot, and we got a lot of information out there. So, experience or first time, it doesn't matter. There's a wealth of content and value there for someone. So, really looking forward to this season. So, next weekend, Sunny Coast Show.
Absolutely. Then Brisbane the following 7 days later, backing it
100%.
up.
Yeah, that's it. It's going to be exciting. I'll be there, and I'll make sure I come say good day.
Do so.
All right. Excellent. Will do. Thanks very much, Jason. Really appreciate it.
Mate, appreciate it. Thanks, mate.
No problem. Okay, I'd like to take this opportunity to obviously thank Jason for his time today. It's a very busy week leading into the show next weekend. So Jason was good enough to give his time up and obviously in detail, comprehensively go through each and every division and just clarify what some questions come up to me in regards to the divisions and who fits where, what each one means, the difference in each one as well. And that's obviously what he did in great detail, and I'm really thankful for that. So if you are a first-time competitor or a competitor at all, obviously follow ICN Queensland on Instagram and Facebook as mentioned. But best of luck this coming season if you are a competitor. Wishing you all the best. I love this sport. It really has done a lot for me. And I've met a mountain of great people along the way as well. But if you've enjoyed this podcast, please screenshot and share it on your stories. Tag myself at Paul's Body Engineering. Tag ICN Queensland as well. And if you're interested in any of my coaching services, please jump on paulsbodyengineering.com. But other than that, as I say to every client every single day, have a great day.